He designed the whole hotel for killing. Name H. Holmes. Hey, this is your girl Ashley. I'm back with another video. And today we are talking about the first serial killer, H. Holmes. So I didn't think he was a real person at first. I heard about him from American Horror Story. He was known as Mr. March. Please go check that season out. Hotel. Mm, even more insane than what I'm gonna say now. H. Holmes was insane. He built the whole hotel just to kill people. And I mean, frankly speaking, the first serial killer did not disappoint. H. Holmes, his actual first name is Herman. He was born in May 16th, 1861, in New Hampshire. He expressed an interest in medicine, which reportedly led him to practice surgery on animals, which later on it'll explain itself. H. Holmes' life of crime began with various frauds and scams. So he was a schemer. He was plotting and scheming. As a medical student at the University of Michigan, he stole corpses and used them to make fake insurance claims. Holmes might have used bodies for experiments as well. Honestly, knowing him, I wouldn't put it past him. As an adult, he abandoned his young wife and children in 1885 to move to Illinois. Once there, he changed his name to Holmes, reportedly as a homage to fictional English detective Sherlock Holmes, which I believe that's actually disrespectful. You want to have your name after Sherlock Holmes when Sherlock Holmes solves murder and you murdering people. Make it make sense, okay? Because he not making it make sense, okay? Supposed to be, I don't know. He soon found work in a pharmacy using his infamous alias, Henry H. Holmes. When you put a doctor in front of there, but is you really? So H. Holmes is where he gets the name from. Even though his real name is Herman, he could have just kept Herman, but whatever. He eventually took over the business and was later rumored to have killed his original owner, its original owner, and the area would become a site in the 1893 World's Fair. The event attracted more than 27 million visitors to Chicago, an incredible number considering the limited transportation options of the time. Holmes took advantage of some of the many visitors to the city, including young women who came to Chicago for jobs at the fairground. During 1893, Holmes opened up his home as a hotel for visitors. Unfortunately, many guests didn't survive in what became known as the Myrtle Castle. Many of these victims, no one knows for certain the total number. They said it was in between 20 to 200, and I'm like, 20 to what? Whatever. That's still a lot. 20 bodies is still a lot. I don't care. A body is a lot. It's like it's nothing to really like brag about. Like, sir, you got over 20 bodies or 20 or 9. That's still a lot of bodies. Relax. Were women who were seduced, swindled, then killed. Holmes had a habit of getting engaged to a woman only for his fiancee to suddenly disappear. He was scheming. He was killing them to scheme them. I was just kidding. That was before he did the hotels. He was over here scamming people. Like he would kill people for the insurance money and then be like, yeah, they still there. Just kidding. They're not dead. But they signed over their rights so I could still get that money. Other victims were lured there by the offer of employment. Got it. Was getting people. Holmes had a 3-story building constructed nearby, creating an elaborate house of horror. Actually, the house actually is insane. I mean, the hotel is insane. Okay, you know what? The upper floor contained his living quarters and many small rooms where he tortured and killed his victims. There were also trapdoors and chutes that enabled him to move the bodies down to the basement, where he could burn the remains or dispose of them in other ways. They felt like he swindled money for people. From his drugstore employment, he purchased an empty lot and created this murder council, which I believe so. I really do believe he scammed them folks and ended up building. Because what money did he have to build a 3-story? He was scamming. But you know what, though? If he was so smart, he wouldn't be, okay, whatever. He wouldn't just be scamming like this. He could have just made the money, whatever. The hotel, the hotel became known as Holmes' Booby Trap Murder Castle. According to reports, the space featured soundproof rooms, secret passages, and a disorientating maze of hallways and staircases. The rooms were also allegedly outfitted with trapdoors, overshoots that dropped Holmes' unsuspecting victims to the basement's building. The basement, like the bottom of it, facilitates of acid vats, pits of quicklime, often used for decaying corpse, and a cemetery, which the killer used to finish off his victims. It is believed that they were chloroformed, gassed, strangled, or perhaps beaten to death. Their bodies were destroyed in cellar pits containing quicklime and acid. Some of their skeletons were sold by the efficient M word, was determined to realize every penny of profit from his crime. All of these descriptions, however, was described by they think they were over exaggerating, the whole place. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. You wouldn't go that elaborate and say that he did all this stuff and it is not true. He left Chicago shortly after the World Fair to continue his schemes, including a plan with an associate named Benjamin Pritzel. They planned for Pritzel to fake his death in order to collect 10,000 for a life insurance company, but he actually killed him for real, for the real money. So yeah, he was jailed at one point for another fraud, and Holmes confided in a fellow inmate and notorious outlaw who knew Holmes as H.M. Howard, maybe, about the life insurance scheme. So ultimately, the guy that he confided in the jail, he later actually helped investigators by revealing details of their discussion. I don't know. How do you feel about those people though? Because sometimes they be lying just to get off, and some of them are really helpful. They be like, "Now I know I'm crazy, but like, no, old boy is nuts, nuts. I ain't never done no stuff like that. Old scheming plan. I don't know." So while the authorities eventually identified Howard as Holmes, they didn't catch on soon enough to stop his final murders. Holmes killed Pritzel, Ben, yeah. After telling his widow that her husband was still alive and in hiding, convinced her to let him travel with 3 of the 5 kids who also became his victims. Yep. After several weeks of outrunning authorities, Holmes was finally apprehended November 1894. During his time in custody, he gave numerous stories to police, once admitting to killing 27 people. Convicted in 1895, Holmes appealed his case but lost because, excuse me, sir, the audacity. You want to appeal of killing and scheming? I don't think so. And you rarely did that. And now you added killing kids on the list. I don't think so, buddy. Where do you think you were going to go? Estimation of total number of people killed range from 20 to as many as 200. And, 200 victims, but we'll never know. And Holmes died on May the 7th, 1896, when he was hanged from for the murder of for the murder. He was hung for the murder of Benjamin Pritzel, roughly 34 years old at his death. And it's so funny because people speculate now that H.H. Holmes somehow went to the UK and was Jack the Ripper. They think that he's Jack the Ripper. And I'm like, I mean, I know he be plotting and scheming, but I really don't think he went that far to go plotting and scheming. And I guess in the time period where he like ran away, he became he became Jack the Ripper, but it just don't seem to me it don't seem that likely that he became Jack the Ripper and H.H. Holmes. I don't know. I don't really believe that theory. I think it was just somebody that they just never caught and they want to put somebody on the face of it, but um no. I don't think he was ever Jack the Ripper. I think H.H. Holmes is terrible. First did H.H. Holmes back when I was in college, we had to write a paper in criminal justice about serial killers, and I didn't want to do the typical, you know, John Wayne or Jeffrey Dahmer or Ted Bundy. So I took it all the way back, and I wanted to do the first known serial killer, or just a serial killer that people have never heard of in the first place. Hence why I do the killers in the so and so, because I mean you've never heard of some of these people before ever in your life, and I haven't either. So it's like it's just so insane. You know, you built a whole hotel just designed to like kill someone. What was your purpose? But I will say in American Horror Story, it was a bit more dramatic. The ending was Mr. March killed, well, him and his assistant did a whole murder suicide. So I thought that's how he got caught, but I didn't know he actually got caught and then tried and then hung. So yeah, and then they said it was kind of hard to hang him, so he was just dangling. Anyway, but that's the story of H.H. Holmes. He is American first serial killer. It's terrible and very fascinating how he just sat up here and created a whole hotel just designed to kill people. But yeah,